Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Atomic Nerd. 2020 is in full effect. I am Efren Guzman, along with my heterosexual life mate, my other heterosexual life mate, the man, the myth, the legend, NERDSoul, Michael Young. Michael, what's going on?
Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, any idea, SOUL, let's do this.
Yeah, can't you believe we're already in 2020, man, and there's no flying car like the Jetsons, man. You know, it's 2020 already, dude.
Man, we in 2020, we ain't got nothing, but we got a whole bunch of bad news and a couple hot movies. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
Yeah. Oh, how do you feel? How do you feel about the new year, man? It's 2020. Like, do you feel any different? Do you feel like it's the same thing, or do you know how January is kind of slow always when you start the beginning of the year? And matter of fact, there's a leap year this year. So how do you feel about that?
When it comes to 2020, the way I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling energized, yo. I'm feeling like, yo, ready to get out here, drop hotness. I've been dropping heat since the beginning of the year. I'm gonna continue to drop heat. Matter of fact, with that heat droppingness, a big shout out to the Atomic Podcast, of course, yourself.
Thank you.
Big shout out to other people that's grinding, like Thought Crimes. Big shout out to Arcatron that's grinding. Big shout out to the Blur Girl out at Ace Comic Con doing her thing. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people out there shining. Big shout out to Blurdish that's doing their thing. I see a lot of people hitting the ground and running in January. And, that's a good thing to see. So, You know what I'm saying? January for me has been good. I've been dropping heat. I've been I'm looking at my wife right now. I've been finding how people act and operate in the industry and dropping them fast. so I'm having a ball personally. I'm dropping heat. Yeah. Trying to drop heat daily. That's all I'm focused on.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of January, you're talking about January is a new year. I still have my Christmas tree up, and I have not taken it down yet, man. I'm just looking at it like, Christmas is over, and it's still there. I'm like, oh, man, I got to take this down.
You know what? I'm not really mad at the Christmas tree thing. I'll let it slide. You can keep the tree and the lights up until, like, say the end of January. Now after the end of January, you gotta put that stuff away. But I'll give you, you get a 30 days on it. It's kind of like your W-2s. Like you get time to put your Christmas tree up. Oh, so I won't, I'm not hating on it.
So I get it. Your tree is already you already put your tree away then, right?
Well, see, straight up, since I traveled, I never put a tree up anyway. I don't even own a tree actually.
Oh my God, really?
Shouts out to the non-tree owners. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Shouts out even when I the little guy gets older, because see, we went back home, so the little guy, he got to enjoy trees from other people that I didn't have to put up. Thank you in Jesus' name, because I don't want to put up trees. I feel like I've done enough years of that during my youth, of like putting up trees, putting up lights, and then taking down lights, and I don't want to do it no more. So
I know. It's so overrated.
I haven't had a tree up since I moved out. Like, I haven't had a tree up in years. But I'll go home and look. I'm like, oh, look at this nice tree.
Wow, so you really living the California life, man. You really haven't even.
Yo, man, I'm like, look, I let other people put trees up and I admire them.
Well, I guess it's better that way, because you don't have to put nothing away. You don't have to decorate the house with no socks, no reindeers or nothing like that. But why?
Nope, no reindeer, no little like dancing Santas, nothing.
Oh man.
Now, I mean, I'm not against it. If someone else wants to put it up, I'm like, cool. But I just, shouts out to my mom. I'm not interested in put up trees no more.
Shout out to Mama Soul, who puts up the trees for you so you can go and enjoy it.
Because Mama Soul used to be like, go get the tree so we can put it up and get all the little, what is it, the little, like the little toys and stuff you put around, the little stockings and stuff. I don't miss those days.
You sound like a regular Ebenezer Scrooge, but without the bah humbug, man. You're good though. You're good.
Like, I'm all for the gifts and stuff. I'm like, cool, but I don't want to put up no tree. Or you know what? I want a tree that you can like put like a little like a disc on the floor and press a button and the tree just goes whoop,
Yep.
and just like pops up and then that's it. And then you just press the button at the end on like I don't know December 27th or something. Press the button, it's like shoot, and right back down in the box and nothing else.
Yeah, and there's people that usually buy like at CVS or Dwayne Reed. They have the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, where it's like that one ball.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at like a little desktop tree, like a little baby tree.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, like 2 feet high. I could do that.
Yeah,
I can do that. Look.
Yeah, something that you easily put away. Yeah.
Man, hold up. They're trying to get me right now. They're trying to take me out.
5-0 against NERDSoul. Who's gonna win in that fight?
Hopefully me, but it's tough out there.
Yep. And speaking of the new year, man, it's 2020. It's still pretty much early on in January, so there's some news. News is kind of light, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on that's coming out basically in 2020. A lot of movies that are coming out. Right? They have the picture of Morbius that's out that looks comic accurate to the comic Morbius, and right. Well, yeah, let's talk about that, man. When you first saw that picture, what did you think?
I was like, okay, all right, we got that down. Even though usually the look isn't usually the problem, but I was like, cool. At least you guys are like interested in trying to like go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because as long as you take it seriously, and what I mean by take it seriously doesn't mean that the film has to be a drama. Just like, yo, man, we really, really want to like make something dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it looks like they're trying, so I'm like, cool, let's do this. I'm like, I'm definitely, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for, especially the way it looks. I'm ready for however they're gonna like drop that heat now.
Yeah. And then like reading about it, reading like conflicting reports. I don't know if it's true or it's not because it's not like 100% reliable, but they were saying that Morbius could mention Spider-Man or something like that, right? Or he could mention like the MCU, but it's not affiliated with the MCU, but they could mention, I think they could mention Spider-Man by chance. Did you read something about that?
Yeah. We'll that's one of those things I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah.
Because, we're still in an industry where people run rumor as fact. Like, they be running rumor hard out these streets.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, let's just wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see.
We know how folks be doing.
Yeah, we got a lot of movies coming out.
Like,
yeah. Sony, they also have Venom 2
we got,
coming out. Venom 2's coming out this year too, right?
I guess so.
You say that, wow, you say it so eloquently. Yeah, I guess so. You're not looking forward to that?
Not in the slightest. I'm actually gonna do a live stream on my top 10 anticipated films of this year, and Venom 2 is not gonna make that.
Wow, that's not even on your top 10?
Nah.
Well,
Venom. I fell asleep so hard in Venom. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Oh, but even with
Like,
even with Andy Serkis directing it, that doesn't pique your interest?
No, not even halfway.
Wow.
Not even a drop.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh man. That's that Ebenezer Scrooge coming through, boy.
Yeah, dude, man. Talk about NERDSoul, nerd humbug. Wow, you're not even looking forward to Venom 2.
Venom? Nope, I'm cool. After seeing that first movie, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, the first movie wasn't all that, But I'm saying I like the way Venom
That's
looked,
an understatement.
Venom looked way better than he looked in Spider-Man 3, though. He looked way better than that, the way they did him there, except he didn't have the spider logo on his chest.
You know what?
Yeah.
A little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. Yes, I think they got the size of him right in the Venom film, but he looked way too slickety. Like he looked just like greasy, and it looked like if you tried to like punch him, it would just like slide off of him.
Yeah, the way
it just I wasn't feeling like the little like wet waxy look. Then also he said turd in the wind. It was, I know it was a line, but it was just some stuff you just need to leave in the past. It's like turd in the wind. What?
Did you like the voice?
The voice I wasn't mad at. I'm cool with the voice.
Okay.
I'm cool with the voice. Yeah, the voice didn't bother me. It was more just like, dude was like, it was like this gotcha journalist Then all of a sudden, like, he had mad money to just give to people, got his girlfriend fired, and I was just like, what? I really don't care about Tom Hardy like that. Then it's like the homeless chick, and oh man,
I know. And is this movie the first sequel Tom Hardy has ever done? Like, will be his first sequel?
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah, because I don't.
Tom Hardy know where that bread is buttered. He's like, I got to get this money.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy ain't hot in them streets like he used to be.
Yeah.
Like, people know his name, but he ain't getting roles like that.
Yeah, and he doesn't do sequels. That's why I'm surprised. I'm like, wow, I'm surprised they signed him for like a 2-3 picture deal, because he doesn't do sequels like that.
Dad, Tom Hardy sending folks after me right now. That's why you can't talk about nobody no more.
Yeah, but like, well, you say you already have your top 10. What else are you looking forward to in 2020, man? There's 2020. We're already in January already, and I think the majority of the movies are coming out in March, April, around that time.
Well, as far as like it, well, I won't do movies. How about this? One thing that I'm definitely looking forward to right now. Two other things that aren't movies is season 7 of Star Wars Clone Wars.
Okay.
I'm ready to see more Ahsoka. Ahsoka is my favorite Jedi ever, and I know she said she's not a Jedi, but she's everything a Jedi is supposed to be.
Yeah.
I did a video on top 7 women in or my magnificent 7 women in Star Wars, and she was my number 1. She's just amazing. She's always been dope. And also we got Picard coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jean-Luc.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
Yo, at first I thought it was a dumb idea, but when I saw that trailer and just saw, Jean-Luc, they weren't respecting him because he was old school.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It looked like there's a conspiracy going on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
They got me. They got me at least for the first episode.
Yeah.
Like, it looked good. Then you had Riker out there, in the cut, looking all rustic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I had to give props to that. I wanted to say I didn't want to see it, but now I'm kind of like, I want to see it.
I know. I just hope. I just hope with Picard they respect the canon, because Star Wars with canon is all over the place. And then in the Countdown comics, I don't know if they count that as canon. Picard was an ambassador to Vulcan, and Romulus exploded and whatnot. So I don't know if that's going to be incorporated in the show. Are they going to acknowledge that Romulus doesn't exist anymore or whatnot? Like, there's a lot of questions I have.
I believe so, because Star Trek, they've been doing a pretty good job, especially with Discovery, on kind of keeping things in mind of like what's happened in the show, even though they've already dealt with an alternate universe, which I really enjoyed. Star Trek Discovery, straight up, yo, man, the best season finale of 2019. Maybe I would have given it to Watchmen, but man, that Star Trek was the heat, man.
Wow.
It was the flames.
Wow, you're probably the first person I ever heard say Discovery is better than Watchmen. Wow, that's a bold statement. Wow.
No. I said the finale.
The finale? Okay. Just the finale?
Yeah. But straight up, they're very different.
Yeah.
But Star Trek Discovery is one of my favorite shows right now, period. That's running.
Yeah.
Watchmen is dope, but Star Trek Discovery, man, season 2, season 1 was already, future flavor. Season 2 is even hotter. They're spending a lot of money on the show. On top of spending a lot of money on the show, the acting is there, the direction is there. I can't sleep on Star Trek Discovery, man. Another show that I was like, I don't know. And then after I caught like the first 2 episodes, I was like, I'm sold.
I haven't seen Discovery, so I can't really talk about that. But like, I haven't got CBS All Access, but I think, because I'm a big Next Generation fan, I think I might get it just for Picard, man. I don't know, Picard is intriguing to me. I just want to know what's going on. Like, because it's like, if you're, I'm sure you're a fan as well, like watching all 7 seasons of the Next Generation and the movies, like, it has to be a big reason for him to leave Starfleet. Like, I just want to know why the hell he left Starfleet, and like, what's the whole big scandal with all that,
Yeah.
And
And then of course it seems like they're not giving him any respect in the trailer. So he left Starfleet for a reason, and I don't remember the end of TNG.
Yeah.
Like, I don't completely remember it. I just remember Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
And I remember Cisco not really vibing.
Yeah, in the first episode. Yeah, Picard.
with Picard like that.
Yep.
And Deep Space Nine is a show that I like came back to because I covered a lot of Deep Space Nine stuff with the showrunner and the documentary coming back and all that.
Yeah.
And Deep Space Nine is still a good watch. I mean, of course, the effects have aged, but the actual drama and the story and the characters, you know, I still dig it.
Yeah.
So Next Generation, I'm definitely down to go through and watch a couple of essential episodes before Picard drops and see, you know, kind of like what happened. Why did he leave? You know, why they ain't giving him no respect when he walked in the door, man? Like even if you're old, like it's kind of like that new Bond trailer when he came in. He's like, "My name's Bond, James Bond," and the dude looked at him like, "So?" It's like, "Come on now, you might be new. I know I left, but I know, you know, my name rings bells, son. Like, come on, like let's not front now. You know what I'm saying?" He looked at Picard like, "So?" I'm like, you better recognize Jean-Luc mother. No, I was wondering. The dude. I fought against the Borg. I became the Borg. Then I beat the Borg again. You know what I'm saying? Like I did mad stuff, man. Stop hating on me. You know what I'm saying? Recognize my gangster. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
And they also
recognize my contribution to the galaxy or to the universe or whatever.
I know. Also, 7 of 9 is in it too from Voyager, so that's kind of interesting there too.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, she is in that trailer.
Yep.
So and that's another thing that I love that Star Trek is doing is conveniently and creatively kind of like mixing their old, because you got 7 of 9 from
Voyager.
Voyager.
Yep.
And you got, you know, Luke Picard from TNG. And it's like creatively putting those people together. You got Data in there. So seeing how these people would, you know, how they would interact and react to each other, because they, you know, had different kind of like different stations in Starfleet and different missions. And they look at things like we just talked about Picard and Cisco. Picard and Cisco were two very different captains, and you could tell that Cisco was not a fan of Picard because of the decisions that he made that put people that he loved in danger.
Yeah. Well, remember, because I think he was also affected when Picard was Locutus in the Battle of Wolf 369, and then that's where his wife died on the ship. So every time he sees Picard, he saw him as Locutus.
Yep. So it's like, look, you made this decision to kind of like be, you know, go to the board, be part of the board, blah, blah, blah. And then that in turn ended up getting his wife killed. You know what I'm saying? It's just...
Yeah, that was all in the pilot episode of freaking Deep Space Nine, man. That was all in the pilot. Emissary, that was what it was called, Emissary.
Yep.
You know, the two-parter was really good. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, seeing 7 of 9 there, I'm very interested at the play on how they see, you know, kind of the future of Starfleet, or where Starfleet is at the time that they, you know, at the start of the show.
Yeah. I know, that's good.
So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm on that. Do you know how many episodes are offhand, or they didn't say? I'm not even sure.
Ooh, now that I'm not sure. I have no idea. I haven't even looked into that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just sure it's going to be really, really good. I'm sure the ratings for that, it might be even higher than Discovery, man. You never know. Probably the ratings are going to be higher.
Yo, man. I'm down with it. The more good TV, the better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, like
if it's good, I'm down.
Yeah. Also on network TV is the finishing off of the 5-part. I think, what is it? 2 more parts yet of the Crisis on Infinite Earths on CW. That's coming up too, and I think this week in January, right? Next week, I believe.
That's all you, dog. That's all you.
So I think that's next week. I think it's Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow. I think that the conclusion, the finale, ends off there. I think it's next week, I believe, with the finale. I mean, the finale of that. So and they all got renewed. Everything got renewed on CW. So Batwoman, Supergirl, Black Lightning, Legends of Tomorrow, and the spinoff. What is it? Green Arrow and the Black Canaries. They all got picked up, and everything. Every superhero show on CW got renewed, and Stargirl is supposed to debut on CW as well. So CW is the superhero station. Yeah, CW is the superhero station.
Only thing I'm checking for is Black Lightning. Honestly,
Lightning.
I've given up on Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow, and I gave up on those before Batwoman even started. So I didn't even start watching her.
Oh man. Are you going to check out Stargirl when it comes out?
I don't know. Let me check out. I'll have to check out the trailer. See how I feel about it.
All right.
But there's a very kind of tired, for me.
Yeah.
Tired, I guess, setup punchline for every single season of all of these shows that are very similar, and the villains, man, the villains ain't coming through with it. And Black Lightning is still killing it with villains that kill it.
Yeah.
Like, you got villains that, you get left and, you know what I'm saying, you be dead. So,
yeah.
So, I'm definitely on some, like, I'm watching Black Lightning, I'm watching All American, and I'm watching Supernatural final season.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my boys Sam and Dean. You know what I'm saying? Final season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to them.
Now on the Marvel TV side, Runaways got canceled, Cloak and Dagger got canceled, and the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is in June, I believe. That will be the last season, the finale on ABC. So like the Marvel TV is pretty much done with Marvel TV.
Well, I mean, Marvel TV isn't done. I mean, they got Marvel TV shows coming. They're just going to be in a different spot. I think what they're doing now is like kind of, sitting back and assessing what they want to do. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see, like some of the Netflix folks again. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see Cloak and Dagger or something like that again.
Yeah.
Like I just wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I don't know.
I think they might have a different format, but it seems like I wouldn't count all of that stuff out yet.
Yeah, but isn't Mike Coulter on another show now? Right? He's on Evil on CBS, I believe. Right?
Yeah, he's on a show called Evil. I haven't peeped it out yet, but I'll probably watch an episode or two either tomorrow or sometime this week, hopefully.
Yeah. But you think all the characters might get recast once Marvel can use the characters again? You think they'll be recast, or you think they'll have the same story as can they acknowledge like the Netflix stories, or they have to reboot them all over again?
Now that I'm not sure. That's why I'm still sitting around to see how it's going to play out. What their grand plan is.
Yeah.
Because I know we still have the other shows like what is it? Not Hawkeye, because they just got pushed back.
Yeah.
But you got Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Falcon, Winter Soldier, right? Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier, you mean, right? Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I thought it was considered Captain America now since he got the shield.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I might be wrong. It might be Falcon. So either one, Falcon or Captain America, Winter Soldier. That show. Then you got WandaVision.
Yeah.
Which will lead into the next. Lead into the next Doctor Strange film, which I'm sad to hear is changing directors.
Yeah, Scott Derrickson.
Yeah. But doesn't mean that doesn't always mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I was probably most excited for that because just the name of it gets me hyped.
Yep.
Like, the Multiverse of Madness, like that, just, I don't know, it just makes me hype.
Yeah. I think what makes me hype even more is like everything is now officially connected. Like you got to watch the Marvel shows on Disney Plus that will connect to the movies. So now it's a real connection now since there's no longer like Marvel TV. So Marvel Studios is doing actual TV shows for their Disney Plus streaming service. And also, I think they canceled Ghost Rider, right, on Hulu. That's canceled. Then they stopped doing that. And what is Hellfire or Hellstorm still on Hulu, or did they cancel that too?
Oh, Hellblazer.
Hellblazer, yes.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that because I thought that once Ghost Rider was gone, that was gone too. But I could be wrong. I could be like completely wrong on that.
Yeah, I know. And then there's another.
But yeah, man.
And a cartoon, right? There's supposed to be what is it? It's supposed to be like a cartoon as well, right? Like a not a Mojo cartoon. I forgot. Was it supposed to be like an adult or Marvel cartoon?
I think they were doing an animated series for the offenders.
Yes, with the offenders. Yes, that's what it was.
With Howard the Duck. And a couple of other like wacky guys.
Yeah.
We got some heat. We got some heat coming. You know, and I don't know how they're gonna play out. You know, the rest of like the Marvel world, since we lost Cloak and Dagger and we lost like Runaways, which is their final season. Which is the final season already aired, but I haven't peeked it yet because, of course, whenever you drop something like in December around holidays, it's like, dude, you like, come on, man. It's like, how you expect me to see that?
Yeah, it's hard to catch up on stuff, totally, where you're on break. Especially the TV hiatus, there's really nothing to watch, you know?
Yeah, so it's like when you, like, for instance, I just watched the first episode of The Witcher yesterday.
Oh, how did you enjoy it?
I'm actually not mad at it, man. I was like, yo, cool, let's see where this goes. I was like, I see the first episode, I see where we going. You got old girl with the, she got some powers she don't know about. You got old boy, got some cool fight scenes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, let's see where it goes. The set design and everything. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see where this rolls to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch a couple of more episodes, see how I feel about it. But like right now, even though I'm not really into that like kind of like time period of like shows and stuff, like kind of like the I don't know if I say not really sword and sandal, but like that time where it was kings and like royals and like castles and moats and stuff. I'm not really into that.
All right.
But I dig like a lot of supernatural content. So I was like, cool, let me see where this rolls to and how it feels.
Yeah. Speaking of supernatural, Walking Dead is coming back too from their season. Are you a fan of The Walking Dead? Have you been keeping up with that or no?
It's all you, dog.
You fell off on Walking Dead, yeah. I think there's on. They got spin-offs coming out. A third spin-off, The Walking Dead World Beyond, and then you have to Fear the Walking Dead. That's in June. So
they are really milking that, man.
Yeah, they're making their own. That's their own franchise, man. Walking Dead. Like, say what you want about it, but now they have a third spin-off now. Second one is not that great, but people are watching it, man. People complain about it, but they're still watching it.
Somebody's watching it.
Yeah,
it ain't me. Like, because I'm one of those people where they had killed like, who was it? Was
Glenn and Abraham.
It was Tyrese.
Tyrese.
Okay. All right, so peep this. At the time, it was already kind of like a running joke, like, they only have so many black people on the show, you know what I'm saying? And they kill the black people. And then, all right, so then you have this episode where Tyrese protects the baby. Tyrese gets kicked out of this little like hut or whatever by these two bad guys trying to kill the baby.
Yeah.
He like murks like mad zombies barehanded, right?
Yeah.
Comes back in, kills those two guys, protects the baby. Cool. Then all of a sudden, homie goes in a house where they know there's a zombie at, leaves his back turned, and one zombie overpowers him and kills him. I was just like, when that happened, I was like, nah, bro, I'm out. I was like, that's one thing I hate is when writers conveniently forget, their characters' powers or what. It's like you can't have them get overwhelmed or so. Yeah. But one zombie,
and then it was
one zombie on his own.
Yep, and it was a kid zombie too that bit his hand. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro, I'm out. I'm not watching no more. And I haven't come back. That's another thing. When I quit a show, I'm done.
Wow, dude.
Like last year, I was doing way too much complaining about Arrow and Flash. And I was like, there's too much good TV for me to complain about this.
Yeah.
I was like, there's too much good TV. There's not enough time in the day. There's more stuff that I like.
Yeah.
Than sit here watching this and not enjoying it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you watch the DC shows? Like the Doom Patrol and Titans? Or you're not a fan?
Doom Patrol, Heat, Swamp Thing got canceled. Should have
Yeah.
been canceled, but it was Heat. Titan season 1, I really liked. Titan season 2, that joint fell by the wayside.
Yeah.
But yeah, DC. Oh, and also Young Justice. Big shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
Young Justice got that fire. So you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely down with your DC. Like, yo, I'm not mad at all. And to the point of the the Doom Patrol. When I first saw Doom Patrol, I was just like so in love with how crazy it was. Mm-hmm. And somebody was like, "Oh, have you seen? I'm trying to think of the name of the show now, Legion."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, I've never really watched Legion before." And they were like, "Yo, you need to watch Legion because Legion, you know, was out before and it's just as wild." And you know, I became a fan of Legion. I've seen half of season 1.
Okay.
And I like the show. Is you know, kind of like weird, quirky, very similar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, not very similar as far as like what happens, but just like the way things are, it's offbeat and it's very
It's out there.
particular in how creative it is. So I really, really enjoyed that. Doom Patrol, man, right now for me can do no wrong. Hopefully season 2 comes out strong and everything's all good.
Wow, I know. Like, I'm saying that there's, like, you know, you talking about Doom Patrol. There's a lot more shows. Like, even you talk about the animation, like the Harley Quinn animation. There's still Marvel animation on on Disney XD. Like, you know, there's a lot of content out there, but it's just so much, you know, so much little time in the day to catch up on all that stuff too. You know.
Yeah, and that's why when it comes to shows that I don't like, I just don't talk about them. I just leave because there's like I could be spending my time on shows that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Justice or Doom Patrol or, you know, or Black Lightning or, you know, Star Trek Discovery. There's tons of shows that I do like. Or, you know, even like Blacklist. Blacklist is what's going on right now. Yeah. I'm a little upset with how they dealing with the mom. Mm-hmm. But, you know what I'm saying, we gonna let that ride for right now and see where they take us.
Oh.
But there's way too many good shows for me to be angry about stuff that I don't like. I just don't watch it and move on.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Amazon's The Boys? Have you catched The Boys yet?
Yes, I peeped The Boys. I'm still holding out on it.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's a bad show. I think it was overhyped. Mm-hmm. Like, because what I really enjoy is the commentary of kind of like big government versus big corporate.
Yeah.
So I really like that. And I want to see where they take it. As far as how they ended season 1, I thought that was corny. But, you know, I am interested to see where they go because I do like the power struggle between big government and big corporate. I think there's a lot there to kind of explore. And whether they explore it or not is, you know, completely up to them. And I guess we'll see where they go.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's different because it's not Marvel or DC. You know, I think isn't The Boys part of DC or that's a different comic?
The Boys is, I can't remember who made that.
Okay.
Was that a Mark Millar joint?
Yeah.
Can't remember. Let's see, The Boys, because they also had Good Deeds on Amazon too.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. With David Tennant and Michael Sheen, right?
Yeah, so that is something that I've been wanting to get into, haven't had a chance to get into, and you know, this kind of like right up my alley because it's like the supernatural bend. It looks like there's a little comedy in there. And shout out to Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. They did The Boys.
Oh, okay.
Big shouts to them. But The Boys was developed by Eric Kripke, who is, of course, the dude on Supernatural, so big shout out to him. But yeah. So The Boys, I wasn't as impressed as everyone else, but I do want to see where it goes because I like the look at kind of hero worship, celebrity culture, and also, like I said, you know, big corporate versus big government and the examination of that.
Yeah.
The whole thing with, you know, Homelander and, you know, his wife's still alive and the baby. Like halfway through the first season, I was like, man, I bet you his wife's still alive. Like, but I was just like, then the baby, and then I guess not the baby is the full-grown boy now.
Yeah.
But I guess preteen or whatever. I was just like, this is whack. But I was just like, you know what? Let me stick around. I'll give them a couple episodes and see what they want to do.
Yeah.
So I was not impressed with that. When it was alive, I was just like, yeah.
No, I just like it because
I don't know if I'm sticking around on this one.
I just like because it's a different take on the superhero genre. It's not the same stuff all over,
Oh yeah. Well, and here's another reason I wasn't impressed with it like that. I disagree with that.
Really?
I think before The Boys came out, there was tons of different takes on the superhero genre. I don't think it was as bloody or vulgar, but we had many different takes already. I don't think people, I don't know. I think people get wowed and because when I saw that online, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, we do already have different takes on the superhero genre, so it's not like all of it is the same. But then I also started seeing articles and reports this is what Netflix wishes it was, and I was like, I watched that, I was like looking at the production value, I was like, no, this is Netflix. This is exactly what Netflix is. This is the same. This is the same amount of production value. I'm. At least I didn't see what everyone else saw that really kind of impressed them. Not to say that I thought the show was bad. It's just that when people are like, "Oh, this is the best thing since sliced bread," and I'm like, "Nah, it's just alright." So that's why I'm like, let me see where season 2 goes, because when it comes to superhero genre, well, we got Cloak and Dagger, which is much different than something like Jessica Jones, which is much different than something like Wonder Woman, which is much different than something even though it's close in the same vein, but even different than something that you would say like Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So I think we have a lot of stuff that is different in that vein. And then kind of even if you're looking at something like a superhero that's bad, they kind of examine that before in other realms. So I'm like, I see where y'all are going, because kind of it's new and it just came out. But I think that there were a lot of people, at least in my timeline, that were really, really throwing it a lot of love. And when I saw it, I just didn't see what they saw. Very similar to when Joker came out, and they said that at I can't remember what film festival it was, that it got a 10-minute standing ovation.
Yeah.
I'm like, for what? But at the same time, I won't dare. Maybe it was, maybe they had a different cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so stuff like that, it, doesn't really I guess it doesn't super affect me like that, or maybe it's because of the reaction being so kind of so big.
Yeah.
The kind of the reaction being so big that when I see it, I'm like, oh, it kind of people are like, oh, this is a 100 out of 10, and then when I see it, I'm like, it's about a 7, 6.5 or something like that, and so it's not that I don't like The Boys. It's just that I didn't see what everyone else saw, but I did see what I considered to be a more important story that wasn't focused on. So I want to see what the season 2 focuses on, because what I was more excited about was kind of when the FBI came in and started trying to flex, and then old girl at the company was like, "You ain't flexing on me. Yeah. I got the military behind me," and stuff that type of stuff. I was digging that. So now I want to see where they go and how they play it out from here on out.
Yeah, I think and there was also
with the little boy and stuff. We'll see how that go.
Yeah, I think they were saying they have enough material for at least 4 to 5 seasons, which will be a perfect amount of time instead of milking the show that long. the Breaking Bad formula, like 5 seasons. If you have your beginning, middle, and end with an arc, then it should be fine. But I don't know, like for me, in my opinion, I liked it because for me, I felt it was different because every time you watch a superhero show, the hero's always the hero. This one, the heroes are corrupted. Like, they're working for the government. They have publicity because they're all a-holes and they all don't give a fuck about nobody, basically. And, like even Homelander, he had to fake his image about being raised by parents, but he wasn't raised by nobody. He was freaking in a freaking lab. And, I like his development because he's conflicted and it's like almost like he doesn't care about anything. And then he cared about the Elizabeth Shue character. She was almost like a mother type, wife type to him. But it's like when he had that kid, that was his only thing that he cared about. But like he doesn't care about anything, especially to me the whole plane incident. Remember that I forgot what episode was it where he just let everybody die in the plane. Like he didn't care at all.
Yeah, that actor killed it.
Yep.
I'll give him that. That actor. Actually, you know what? This might be the first time I've seen what's his name, Carl Urban. This might be the first time I've seen him in something where I wasn't really impressed with him.
Wow, really?
Like, nah. That Homelander, he killed his role.
Yeah.
But Carl Urban, he was just like the guy.
Yeah.
He was like the guy that like he's like, I'm the hard as nails guy. But Homelander, that dude killed it.
Yeah.
Like he killed it. I definitely dug him. And then all the government stuff I was into. But that was kind of like way late. We didn't get into that until like way late.
Yeah.
But that's, now I think about that's weird. This is the first time I think I've seen him in something where I was just like, he's okay.
Wow.
Like I wasn't blown away by him. But Homelander, he killed it. But at the same time, it was written in a way where I think he's the only one who really got development.
Yeah.
Your girl, the new girl, she sort of got some development, but I feel like the writers focused a lot on Homelander, and he got his representation.
Yeah.
But then no one else, like everybody else was like, oh, okay, like we'll get to y'all in a little bit.
Did you like the?
Like, we'll get to y'all later. Like Laz Alonso, he ain't really get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Wonder Woman chick, she ain't really get much.
Yeah. How about A-Train? Did you like the A-Train arc? That was pretty cool, right? You didn't like that? That was a good arc.
You know what? I don't mind an arc that kind of deals with your powers and whether they work or not, and kind of like juicing.
Yeah.
But that's another one because he was so fast. It kind of goes with it. I feel like they just sped through that for the sake. I was just like, oh, cool. This is very interesting. Like, yo, he gotta, he's like using his power. He's not as fast as he used to be. He has to take drugs. Like that's a ill thing to deal with, like mentally.
Yeah.
This is something they can really deep dive on. And it was like, nah, we care about Homelander and don't worry about anything else.
Yeah. But you know how it is.
I mean,
he's the leader, that's why.
You did have the moment where he had to kill his girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had to, you know what I'm saying? And, that was sad, but I just thought there was more of a story there, and he didn't get a chance to, like, really, or we didn't get a chance to experience it. Because I think that was an interesting take at, like, okay, there's this guy, he has powers, he's getting older, he's illegally juicing to, remain, kind of like that dude. And, no one knows what he's really going through. And, he has this chick that really loves him, but he's like, regardless of how much she loves him, he don't love himself. Like, there's a lot of stuff in there that could really, really be, but they were like, nah, we focusing on Homelander and that's it.
Yeah.
And then your boy Aquaman,
Was it what was his?
When he killed the
other.
the other dolphin or something, I was like, y'all wrong on that.
Yep. Oh man!
It was funny, but there was wrong on that.
Yeah. But even the first episode where he pulled his pants down and stuff, like, oh snap! Like that just threw me off because like I never read the boys comic, but there's like almost like
Well, see, I never read the comic either, but when she went in there alone, I was like,
Yep.
he about to do something wrong.
Yep.
I was like, we've seen the show, we've seen the trailer, we know what this is about. I was like, this is Amazon, so they're gonna flex with some sexual stuff. There's gonna be some sexual stuff in a little bit. And when he pulled down his pants, I was like, I'm not surprised.
Wow. I was like, oh, snap. Like, you don't expect that from a superhero, That's why I said it's like, it puts it turns the table on the superhero genre, like, oh, man. Like, you want to be part of our group, you got superpowers, you got to go down. You go, oh, damn, It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, and that's one thing that I did. I did expect her to kind of flex her power a little bit more, but she didn't.
Yeah.
But I also understand budgets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, we Amazon, all right? We got money, but we ain't got money. Yeah. So it's like, but I was expecting her to like flex her power on them because, dude, you ain't all that. And she should have dusted that cat. But I mean, I understand. You're new. You wanna, you don't wanna rock the boat. You don't want to look like the person that's like causing trouble. That type of stuff.
Yeah, but you see, I know. I think it's interesting though. I think it makes sense. Like I think. If you wasn't really a fan of season 1, I think season 2, I'm sure that thing have a bigger budget for that. I think season 2 is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be storyline wise, it's going to go insane.
Yeah, I saw the trail or the kind of like tease for it that Amazon dropped. Yeah. So I saw we get a little shot of the kid. We get a little bit more Laz Alonso and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see where we gonna roll with this. Let's see how this kind of falls out.
Yeah. I don't know. And also, if you saw online, there also is a Chucky series coming to Sci-Fi Channel based on the movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
That's something that I'm like, how can you make Child's Play into a series?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you know what? Show me what you got. I'm kind of like that. I'm like, show me what you got. I don't know how in the world you're gonna do that, but sure.
Yep.
I just don't see Chucky as something where it's like a series.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
I'm like, you know what?
I'm just confused because I don't know if it's going to be based on the remake or if the series is its own thing or it's based on the original movie. So, like, I don't know, like, where they're going to go with. If it's based on the original movie, there's a lot of stuff you could go down with. You could go down to the Charles Lee Ray history, how he got the voodoo stuff. Like, there's stuff that you could really dive deep into, Of if Andy Barclay's going to be in it, like, there's a lot of things you can get into if you think about it.
Well, I'll put a pin in that one.
Yeah.
Because trying to have a series, like something that's like 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's Chucky, and I love Chucky because Chucky is funny. But I'm like, a show? A whole show?
But trust me, like
even American Horror Story, which I love. There's a couple of seasons that I love from that. It's definitely worn on me.
Yeah.
Is like season 1, the Ghost House.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the Insane Asylum?
Yeah.
I like the one with the witches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably say the Carnival one, sort of. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the Carnival one, sort of, and Roanoke, sort of.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah. I know, but I think
Nothing else really grabbed me after that.
Yeah, but American Horror Story is its own thing. But like a movie, like a TV show based on a movie, like, there's a Screen TV series. There was a Bates Motel based on Psycho. So like I think any movie is a possibility to make a show out of it. I could even see them doing a show about Halloween, a Michael Myers series. Him in the hospital and whatnot. Like, eventually, like, there could be a Halloween series. There was a Friday the 13th series, but it had nothing to do with Jason Voorhees. They just had the name about it. But
yeah, but do you really want to kind of like demystify Charles Lee Ray or something, and be like, this was Charles Lee Ray when he was in college or something. Like,
Well,
I mean, maybe
it'd be kind of cool to see a backstory, yeah, like to see how the hell he got insane and like how the hell, I don't know if they're gonna incorporate, right? I don't know if they're gonna incorporate the voodoo now because the way it is now, like who knows? But like if there's a different twist on it, a different spin on it, like the way they did with Bates Motel, it might be interesting. And then Chucky's a part of the show. Who's gonna voice Chucky? Is it Brad Dourif? Is it Mark Hamill? Who's gonna voice Chucky? And like it's like Chucky, like picture him going to like house to house, like. Chucky going to like each season living with a different family.
Oh, snap.
It could be like that.
All right, cool. You sold me.
Yeah.
You just sold me. Like an evil version of Toy Story.
Yes.
Like, like a new kid picks up the toy and it's like, up.
Yes.
Your family dead, son. Your family dead.
And he goes to the next house and they never find out, and something like that. And Andy's on the hunt for him. I don't know. This is stuff I'm making up in my head, but I'm just thinking all the possibilities you could do.
You know what?
That.
You got me. You sold me on that one. I'm down for a Chucky show now.
Yeah. And then
it's like, oh, I love my Chucky toy is gone because your mama dead.
Yeah. And then the showrunner is the guy who made Chucky, the original Chucky movie. So he's it's a. He knows the mythology of it, so it's not like some random guy. It's the guy who created Chucky. So I forgot. I think it's Michael Mans. No, I forgot. Doug Mancini, I think his name is. So he's the one that did the original. So I just think then picture Tiffany. If they have Glenn, who knows? Who knows? The possibilities are endless to do with that.
No, he didn't say Glenn though. Really,
Glenn? Hey, it's a PC world now, man. So Chucky was PC before PC was cool, man.
Yo, man, I'm actually not mad at that. You know what? I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Give me a show where Chucky is like kind of like terrorizing like family after family. Every season is like a new family.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. I
can watch that.
Yeah, I just don't think he's going to see a lot of foreign languages on Sci-Fi Channel. But who knows what they're going to do with like the words? I'm just curious to see who's going to voice Chucky. If it's the original actor or Mark Hamill, because Mark Hamill does TV. He don't care. Give him a check, he'll do it.
It's like you dead. You dead.
I think it's going to be so interesting.
Yo.
And then also, Andy Muschietti, who did It, is doing the Netflix version of The Howling. Oh my God, man! The Howling, the original Howling, 84 was so good. Like probably one of the best werewolf movies.
Now that I'm down with. I'm definitely down with that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good, man. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm not mad at The Howling at all, for real though.
Yeah, the first one, not these other BS sequels that they had, but the original one. Wow, it was an awesome movie. Yeah, they had
man,
Howling 2, Howling 3, the marsupials where they had kangaroo pouches. I'm like, what the hell's going on here, man? Like,
all right, now, let's not go that far.
It was some crazy stuff, but there's a lot of good stuff, man. We talked a lot of good stuff coming in 2020, man. There's a lot of good stuff coming up besides Marvel movies, the Emancipation of Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. There's a lot of freaking shows too. Like 2020, I think is going to be a good year. Wonder Woman's coming out. Wonder Woman 84. It's some good stuff coming out.
Yeah, we got some heat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess before we bounce, you got any shout outs, any other last things you want to drop on them?
No, well, basically, I just want to say, man, 2020 is here. There's a lot of stuff to look forward to coming up, and me personally, for the movie-wise, I'm actually looking forward for, I guess, Wonder Woman. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I just want to see, I just want to see what they're going to establish in this. Because, DC is all over the place with Shazam and everything like that. Like, I just want to know how they're going to course correct what they're doing now. Like, and then, they're filming the Batman now, which is coming out in 2021. The Joker movie was a success. DC is getting up there. I think they're doing their own thing. Like, I don't know. It's like every movie in DC is sort of connected in a weird way. Like, Shazam is connected to Batman and Superman because they reference them. But, like, I just want to know what's ahead for DC. I'm just curious to see where they're going because there's no Kevin Feige running DC, So like, who's running?
There was a mention of there was a mention of the Flash movie being a Flashpoint film, and I was like, And this is something that I said a long time ago. I'm like, look, go on and have that flashpoint, and then at the end of the movie, Flash can return back to the proper timeline, and you have a different Superman and a different Batman. It's like, whew, I'm glad I fixed it. And then it's like, pretend like nothing happened. Pretend like I just wipe all these films under the rug. Unfortunately, we don't have Henry Cavill. Well, I don't. Is that confirmed? Because I can't. I don't know if he's like gone for real or not. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? You come back, you got your new Batman there, and you know what I'm saying? Nobody will be the wiser. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like, keep the same Wonder Woman because she's dope. She's cool. You ain't got to worry about her.
And what about Joker? Is Joker not Jared Leto no more? Is it going to be Joaquin Phoenix or it's his own thing? Because
it'll be Joaquin. We'll just roll with Joaquin.
Yeah.
If he wants to return, cool. If not, we'll just use like old footage of him or something and be like, this is where Batman. This is who he used to fight or something.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about him no more.
Oh, man. But yeah,
because I'm like, once they said Flashpoint, I'm like, yep, they about to sweep this under the rug quick.
Yeah. When they're supposed to start filming that? Next year?
Who knows? Yeah. Rick Famuyiwa was supposed to be, the director for the film. He left a long time ago, so who knows when this will really get started.
Yeah. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, The Rock is in training for Black Adam. He's at the gym training. Black Adam is going to start filming soon, so he's training.
Does The Rock really need to train for a movie though? Like, I feel like he's ready already. Like, does The Rock really need to? Like, he puts out a post like, "I'm training for the film." Dude, you're already trained for every film. All right, you just wake up and like, I could be whatever superhero.
Yeah.
Just change the color of the spandex and the cape, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Dude's like. He's a huge mountain of a man. What training you got to do? Yeah. Like Chris Pratt has to train. All right, Chris Pratt has to train. Yeah. The Rock doesn't have to train. That's his whole life. That's like Terry Crews being like, "Yo, I got to train for this movie." Dude, your biceps the size of my head. All right, you ain't got to train them.
Oh man, that's true. Who you think it was the MVP of 2019 as an actor? Who do you think was the MVP?
MVP for actors of 2019?
Yeah. Just your opinion. It doesn't, your opinion. Nothing like it's factual.
I'm trying to think. Who was my MVP last year? Who came through? You know what? I'm gonna give it to the one that I didn't expect from the show that I didn't expect. Regina King.
Regina King. Oh wow,
She had a dope movie last year. She had Watchmen last year.
Yeah.
The dope movie I'm talking about is Beale Street.
Yeah.
And like I had to give it to Regina King. Been a fan of hers forever, ever, ever. And like this show is it's crushing and killing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at on that one.
Oh, all right. Mine, I was gonna say, is Tom Holland. Like him coming through whatever he did to get Spider-Man back there, him doing Spider-Man 2, Far From Home, him on the Avengers, like even though he had a bit part in Endgame, like he just killed it to be as Spider-Man. Him like crying and the emotions, like I thought Tom Holland like really is like the breakout star. Like I see a lot of good things from him like after Spider-Man in 2020. Like I think he's gonna be like
and dealing with
the next
Papa
big
Stark.
thing. Yeah. I think he's gonna be the next big thing. Like, if he stays clean and doesn't get in extramarital affairs and no drugs, I think Tom Holland has a bright future ahead of him.
He said stays clean. Yep. We're talking about actors like their sports. Like, he got a great future in front of him as long as he stays clean.
No, I'm saying as long as he doesn't get a sleeve tattoo like a Justin Bieber or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he just?
Oh yeah, I feel you.
Cause he's still young. He's a young kid. So. But yeah, that's it. But I'm looking forward for 2020, man.
Yeah, man, super hyped. Tons more stuff for Atomic Nerd, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, I guess go on, sign out. I guess we're good now. We've exercised the 2020 television demons.
Yes, we did. We did. We got 11 more months ahead. Next month we got another topic coming up of the Atomic Nerd. For the NERDSoul, the man who's Mr. Bah Humbug, Michael Young, this is Efren Guzman. Take it easy, folks, and we'll see you next month.
All right, peace.
Peace out.